Bezos will likely still be the world's richest man after his divorce from his wife, Mackenzie.
Jeff Bezos is a name everyone knows. He's the guy who built Amazon, turning it into one of the biggest companies in the world. When you think of Jeff, you probably think of success, wealth, and all the things that come with being one of the richest people on the planet. He's become the face of Silicon Valley ambition, always working hard, always moving forward. But what most people don't know is that behind all of that, there's a guy who's actually pretty private when it comes to his personal life. For years, Bezos kept his personal life away from the spotlight. Sure, we all knew about Amazon and his crazy success, but when it came to him as a person, who he was, what he valued, that was something he didn't talk much about. Then, something huge happened: his divorce from Mackenzie Scott. Suddenly, the whole world was talking about Jeff's personal life. People wanted to know what went wrong, why it happened, and who Jeff was really behind the business empire. And just like that, Jeff Bezos was no longer just the business genius. He was a guy who was facing a personal crisis, just like anyone else. When Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott announced their divorce back in 2019, it shocked the world. The two had been married for 25 years, and they were one of the wealthiest couples on the planet. Their split wasn't just a personal matter, it made headlines everywhere. People were fascinated by the fact that such a high-profile relationship could end. And because they were both so successful, there was a lot of curiosity around how the divorce would affect them, both personally and financially. The fallout from the divorce was huge. Mackenzie Scott ended up with a massive chunk of Amazon stock, instantly making her one of the wealthiest women in the world. But for Jeff, it was more than just a financial change. It was a major personal shift. Suddenly, he was under a microscope, with everyone wondering what led to the breakup. Was it the long hours he put into Amazon? Was it something deeper, something that no one could have known? People wanted to understand what had really happened behind closed doors. As the media dug into his personal life, it became clear that Jeff wasn't going to share every detail. But that didn't stop the public from speculating. Was his intense focus on Amazon to blame? Did his drive for success overshadow his family life? No one knew for sure, but one thing was clear. After the divorce, Jeff Bezos wasn't just the tech mogul anymore. He became a guy with a very human story, a story that people were eager to learn more about. After the divorce, it didn't take long for Jeff Bezos to move on and start a new relationship. In 2019, he began dating Sanchez, a former TV anchor and helicopter pilot. Their relationship quickly caught the public's attention, and the media was all over it. Everywhere you looked, there were pictures of them together, on vacations, at fancy events, and even at the launch of Bezos' space company, Blue Origin. It was clear that this was a high-profile relationship, and people were watching closely. For many, this new relationship was surprising, especially after Jeff's long marriage to Mackenzie. But as the couple became more visible, it was obvious that this wasn't just a fling. Bezos and Sanchez seemed to be inseparable, showing up together at some of the biggest events in the media. Some people were excited for him, thinking this could be a fresh start for Bezos. Others were a bit skeptical, wondering if the media attention would be too much for the new couple. It was clear, though, that Jeff was no longer keeping his personal life under wraps. He was out in the open, and the world was watching. One thing that stood out to a lot of people was how much the relationship with Sanchez seemed to contrast with his marriage to Mackenzie. His relationship with Sanchez was much more public, much more in the spotlight. And some saw that as a bold move for Bezos, showing the world that he wasn't just about business anymore, but also about enjoying life. For others, it felt a bit like a spectacle. Too much attention on the personal life of someone who had always been known for keeping things private. Whatever people thought, it was clear this relationship was something new, something different from what Bezos had done before. Now, just as the world was getting used to Jeff Bezos and Sanchez as a couple, something new came out, something that no one expected. It turns out that Jeff has been more open about his relationship with Sanchez than anyone realized. And it's not just about the romance. Recently, Bezos shared some pretty surprising details about his relationship with Lauren, giving us a glimpse into how much she's actually involved in his life. This revelation was a game-changer, making people realize there's a lot more to their partnership than just public appearances and media attention. Jeff revealed that Lauren isn't just his girlfriend. She's been a huge part of his life decisions, both personally and professionally. In fact, sources close to the couple suggest that Lauren has played a significant role in shaping some of his major moves, including his ventures outside of Amazon, like his space company Blue Origin. It turns out she's been more than just supportive. She's been actively involved. This was a pretty big deal for a lot of people, especially because Bezos has always kept his personal life pretty private. Now, we're learning that Lauren has been a key player in some of his biggest decisions. This revelation has started a conversation about how much influence the people closest to powerful individuals really have. Most of us just assume that Jeff Bezos made his decisions alone, but it seems that's not the case. It's clear now that Lauren's role in his life goes beyond being a partner. She's someone who has had a real impact on his journey. And that's something many people didn't expect to hear. What's become clear now is that Lauren Sanchez isn't just a love interest for Jeff Bezos. She's a true partner in every sense of the word. Their relationship goes far beyond just romance. In fact, some people are starting to refer to them as a power couple. And when you think about it, it makes sense. A power couple isn't just about being famous together. It's about two people who bring out the best in each other and work together to build something bigger than themselves. That's exactly what Bezos and Sanchez seem to be doing. There's a lot of talk now about how much Lauren has influenced Bezos' personal and professional life. She's not just standing by his side, she's actively involved in his ventures. Whether it's offering advice on his business or helping him with his public image, Lauren seems to be shaping a lot of the decisions Jeff makes. It's clear that they're more than just a celebrity couple, they're a team. And when you look at how they've been working together, it's easy to see why some people are calling them a power couple. They're building something much bigger than just their relationship. This dynamic is rare, especially for someone like Jeff Bezos, who's known for being incredibly driven and focused on his business. But with Lauren by his side, it's like he's able to take on even bigger challenges. The way they've come together as a couple is impressive, and it shows that their bond goes much deeper than just being in the public eye. Their partnership is clearly strong, and it looks like they're both making each other better in ways that go beyond just love. As Jeff Bezos continues to build his legacy, his relationship with Lauren Sanchez adds a whole new layer to the story. For years, we've known him as the founder of Amazon, the guy who changed the way we shop, and the billionaire who's always thinking about the future. But now, with his personal life in the spotlight, it's clear that there's more to Bezos than just his business empire. The public is starting to see a side of him that's more personal, more connected, and more focused on enjoying life rather than just working nonstop. This relationship with Lauren has shown a new side of Jeff. He's not just about business anymore. With Lauren by his side, he's balancing work with personal connections in a way that makes him more relatable. It's almost like he's evolving as a person, no longer just the tech mogul who built Amazon, but a guy who's also living life to the fullest. Some people think this new chapter shows that Bezos is starting to focus more on what matters to him outside of work, whether that's enjoying time with his loved ones or making an impact in new ways. Looking ahead, it's clear that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are a couple to watch. Together, they're creating something that's about more than just wealth and fame. They're building a life that's full of possibilities. As Bezos moves forward, there's no doubt that this new chapter with Lauren will have an impact on how people see him. He's no longer just the guy who built Amazon. Now, he's someone who's balancing business, love, and a whole new legacy that people are eager to follow.